Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another video. Happy Monday to everyone. It's a new week. We're coming up on the end of the month, so hopefully everyone is having a great month so far. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that last week I was out of town. I was on vacation in Alabama visiting my husband's family, which was just a really eye-opening experience. So if you guys want a video on that, I will be sure to give you one. You can just leave me a comment letting me know if you want one or not. I don't necessarily have to make one, but if you guys want to hear about it, I will. So the town I was in was really, really small, and there was really no type of service or reception, which was awesome because I really needed to just unplug for a little while. But I was hardly on Instagram. I wasn't on YouTube at all. I wasn't on Tumblr at all. I was completely unplugged. But I did hear about this guy, this white redneck dude, via Instagram. Someone left a comment on my Instagram page that I did see, asked me what I thought about it. I don't know his name. I can't think of his name. I'm not going to Google it because I don't care. I'm just going to call him that reformed redneck. That reformed redneck making anti-racist YouTube videos. Apparently, this is like blown up the internet. I saw some people talking about it on Tumblr once I got back. I got my reception back. And I've seen tons and tons of people reblogging these videos and talking about how amazing and just wonderful this dude is. And there's just a whole big kerfuffle being made about this, quote-unquote reformed racist white redneck dude putting anti-racist videos on YouTube. He started putting them up in the beginning of this month, I believe April, and he already has 100,000 subscribers and millions of views, and he's getting all this attention from the media and the press. And someone asked me, what did I think about it? What I think about it is, while I think that it is commendable, because as you guys know, I've said tons of times that racism is white people's problem and nothing will change until they address it. They need to handle their own shit and handle their own problems instead of worrying about black people and what we doing. They need to be checking each other and checking themselves in their own racist behavior. So I do think what he's doing is commendable, but at the same time, I find it really disconcerting the amount of support and attention he's getting from black people. I really do. Black people have this habit of, we'll ignore something or we'll put something down, like something that another black person says, but then as soon as the white person says it, we will just fall all over ourselves to agree, right? You had people that might have said, oh, well, we shouldn't be protesting, or we shouldn't be doing this, or we shouldn't be doing that, or there's no race problem, that these same people will now be amazed that a white person, has said it or admitted it. These were the same people that were amazed when the DOJ report came out. They will completely ignore what black activists have been saying for almost a year now, right? Because all this really started, in Ferguson. The black youth activists in Ferguson got the ball rolling, right? And then you have all these other, black youth activists and black activists that for months now, they've been writing think pieces, they've been having chats on Twitter, they've been giving workshops, they've been protesting, they've been doing all this action and just literally beating you over the head with anti-racist rhetoric, and other black people, would ignore it or say they're wrong or this or that. We will ignore or put down something that another black person says. But as soon as a white person says it, black folks will fall all over themselves to agree and be so shocked and be so amazed and throw all this praise and this attention on this white person for saying or doing something that black people have been doing. And I feel like I see this over and over again in all different types of ways, right? We are conditioned, because we live in a racist, sexist, capitalist, classist, white supremacist society, my catchphrase, we're conditioned to think that white people are superior. We really are, to think that they're better, smarter, to just think that they're better than us, right? And they're not. They're really not, White people are not better than you. White people are not better than me. Just because a white person says something doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's time to take it seriously. Because there's just this inherent idea in that concept that white people are better than you. There's this quote that I really like that, of course, now I can't think of person who said it. I'll Google it and I'll put it in the description box. But there's this quote that I really, really like that says, like, the system of white supremacy it's working and it's pervasive. I was taking an exam and I went to tell my 2 black friends the answer and they didn't believe me. But when a white classmate gave them the same answer, they said thank you and wrote it down. And I knew right then that the system was working, right? I'm going to have to find out who said that, but I remember reading that quote and thinking, like, this is so true. You have black people that will put down other black people, but as soon as a white person says or does that thing, they believe it, right? Because they think that whites are better, and we see that, like I just said, we see this in so many different places. Not just, this is just this white guy making these videos and getting all this praise from black people is just one, in a long line of white people that do that. Larry Bird syndrome, which, was a whole big thing back when the white basketball player Larry Bird was big. You had people that said he's really not that good. It's just that he's white. So the fact that he's white and he can actually hold his own with the black players and the majority black NBA makes him an anomaly, and people are going to heap all this praise onto him, I don't know if you guys know Omarosa and Bethany Frankel, who was on The Apprentice. Omarosa told her, you get to walk around and be mediocre and still get rewarded with your little cupcake business and this and that just because you're white. I have to work twice as hard, right, Scandal, for half of what you have because I'm black, right? Because white people are always going to push their own people to the forefront, always, right? They prefer everything coming from a white face. Music, clothes, fashion, hairstyles. They want to take everything from us and regurgitate it back in this white face because that's what makes them feel comfortable. I've talked about this many times before. White people want everything from a white. 70% of white people have all white circle. They love black culture, but they hate black people. They want our culture to come from people that look like them, so it's easier for them to digest. We live in a white supremacist society, so I get that. But the fact that you have black people that also feel the same way, they would also rather have, our black ideas coming from a white face, and they want to heap praise on these white people for being so amazing. It blows my mind. It boggles my mind. White people don't get a cookie for doing and saying the right thing. White people need to admit that racism is a real fucking thing in this country that we need to work on. You don't get a cookie from me for waking up and pulling your head out of the sand. I'm glad you woke up, white man. I'm glad you're putting videos up, attempting to wake up other white people. But black people, this white man is not better than you. He's not doing anything brilliant and amazing and revolutionary that other black people haven't already been doing. So just look inside yourself and ask yourself, why are you elevating this white person? Why do you think he's better than you? He's not better than you, right? White people enter into, traditionally black spaces and they just get awards and praise and attention. They get everything thrown at them for being amazing and wonderful, revolutionary, when really all they are is white in a black space. They're white in a black space, so they're automatically going to stand out. They're unique, and anything unique gets attention, right? Any type of anomaly gets attention. It's like a gimmick. Almost, and we see it time and time again, especially, for example, right now in music. You have people that will not listen to black R&B singers because it's normal, it's standard, it's safe, or even worse, people associate blackness with, being hood, being ghetto, being ratchet, which are stereotypes, which, were fed to us by white supremacy that we have internalized. So you might not listen to a Keisha Cole. I know people that don't want to listen to Keisha Cole. Oh, Keisha Cole's ratchet. She's this, she's that. But they will listen to an Amy Winehouse or an Adele or a Sam Smith or an Ed Sheeran. People that are singing similar types of music, but you don't want to hear your own music coming out of a black mouth. You prefer to hear it from a white person because since they're white, they're more acceptable, even to us. Even to us, Even to us. We think, oh, a black person doing these things is either, the norm. Oh, of course that black person can dunk. Oh, of course that black person can sing R&B. But then you have the white person, and it's like, oh my God, this white person is so wonderful and amazing. Let me go throw all my money and all my praise and all my love and my admiration at this white person, right? We will fawn all over them, right? It's white supremacy. We're black white supremacists. We're white supremacists. We love white people. We want everything from white people before we will accept it from a black person. You don't know how many times I've gotten into arguments with people over cultural appropriation, where black people will sit on the internet or they'll sit in my face and they'll tell me, well, we should take it as a compliment. We should take it as a compliment when whites, show interest in our culture and when they excel at black things. We should take it as a compliment when they want to use our slang and put it in IHOP commercials. We should take it as a compliment. I'm like, why should I take it as a compliment? Why? It's annoying to me because it's like there's this implication that whites are superior to us. So we should be flattered, right? That they're interested in our lowly black activities. Oh, I should take it as a compliment that the amazing, wonderful, massa white man wants to use my slang and wants to use my facial features and wants to use my body type and wants to use my hairstyle. I should be flattered that this person that is so far above me wants to take things from me. I should be flattered. I should be so happy and excited, right? And it's just like, that doesn't even make, like, really think about it. It doesn't even makes sense. It's like fucked up. Like, it's fucked up, right? We think that white validation somehow gives credibility to our ideas, right? We've been conditioned to be black white supremacists. We feel like if white people aren't into it, then it's trash. But once white people give their validation, all of a sudden it's credible, right? We don't think that our own shit is credible. And I see this all the time also with black-owned businesses. When I tell people, support black-owned businesses, support black-owned businesses, oh, I don't know, the quality this, the quality that. You haven't even tried it. You don't even know if the quality is good or bad. You're just going to automatically assume that the quality is bad because it's coming from black people, and that the quality of white people shit is going to be better because they're white. Because you are a black white supremacist. You think white people are better than you, and they're not. Like PSA, dear black people, white folks are not better than you. They're not. They actually steal everything from you. They want to be you. They take everything from you and they regurgitate it and they monetize it and they capitalize off of it and they sell it back to you. Your own ideas, your own shit, and you buy it and you eat it up because they've tricked you into believing that they're better than you and that you need white validation to give your ideas credibility, right? And you don't. And it is not a compliment that they want to use your shit. And do not be flattered. Imitation is not the sincerest form of flattery, okay? I see people all the time saying like, oh, well, but it's good because our influence and black people's influence on pop culture, it's just, it's just our influence. It's like, okay, but influence doesn't pay the bills, right? Influence doesn't pay the bills. We're influencing our asses off from the hood. We still broke. And then white people take everything that they can from us and they imitate us all the way to the bank. And we're still broke, talking about influence and talking about being flattered because white Jesus came and took our shit and made money off of it. See how sick and twisted that is? You see how they really got inside of our brains? It's insane. It's disgusting. There's really an unconscious bias within us that black people are inferior. Yeah, and clearly my camera froze, but I'm back. And it's just like, black folks need to just stop entertaining the idea and going along with this notion that our own words and ideas and thoughts and theories, be it music, be it fashion, be it anti-racist rhetoric, that our own shit is better coming from a non-black person, right? White people are not better than you. You don't need them to regurgitate your own ideas back to you before you will believe those ideas, right? Stop feeling flattered about your influence on white people while they take your shit and run to the bank with it, right? Stop throwing all this attention and praise on white people who do black things, especially when it's not reciprocated, right? When black people try to do white things, whatever, it's a problem. Right? White people don't want to accept us in the shit, but we fucking chase after white people trying to get this validation and get them involved in our communities and put them in our music videos and put them on our TV shows because we feel like having that white person means something because deep down we think they're better than us. A lot of people are suffering from a lot of very deep self-loathing, that they hate themselves, they hate being black, they will not listen to another black person, what another black person has to say, but as soon as a white person comes along saying and doing those same things, now all of a sudden it's acceptable because they think that white people are better than them. White people are not better than you. They're not. stop boosting up white people to be some type of fucking gods. Like, I know it's hard because we live in this society where from the time we're young and we're even going to school, we're going to this Eurocentric school system where we're learning that white people did this and white people did that, white people invented this, white people invented that. They minimize all the horrible things that white people did, like fucking enslaving people and murdering all the Native Americans and how diseased they were and just whatever. Not even going to get into that right now, but they make it seem from the time that we're young like white people did everything and no one else did shit. So I understand that we all have like this disease inside of us to think that white people are better, but you have to stop. You have to unlearn that, and you have to stop. Like, you are good enough. You are just as good as a white person, if not better, because they steal everything from you anyway, right? And you don't need a white person to tell you something for you to believe it. So again, it's great that this dude is a reformed racist or a reformed redneck or whatever he says, but stop fucking bigging up this man's voice over black activists that have been saying the same thing for almost a year now, practically a year, when you wouldn't listen to them, or when you downed them, you talk shit about them, you didn't believe them because they're black. But now here comes this white person, so it's awesome and it's amazing. Like, blackness is fucking not inferior. So cut that shit out. That was what I thought about that. People wanted to know what I thought about that dude, and that's really what I think about it. It just reminded me of like Larry Bird syndrome and Adele and Sam Smith and Ed Sheeran and all these people that all these white people that black folks want to fall all over themselves to be so in awe of them. Meanwhile, we hate ourselves and we hate other black people. Shit's stupid to me. So yeah, let me know if you guys want an Alabama video. Sorry if I'm kind of tired. There is a time difference in Alabama. Who knew? So I'm actually slightly jet lagged. So I'm trying to get over that. And happy Monday. It's a new week. My Black Friday video is going to go up on Friday, but because it will be the last Friday of the month, but technically the first day of the new month is on Tuesday, so I don't know. We'll figure that out because the calendar is weird this month. Let me know if you guys want an Alabama video. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. See you guys next time. Food for thought as always. White people are not better than you. Peace.